Hello everyone, my name is Appleguy and welcome to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the previous video we did the Big Poe hunting side quest to get the fourth and final bottle of the game, and in today's episode we're going to be heading to Zora's domain to try and help them figure out their problems there in an attempt to awaken the Sage of Water. We're going to go ahead and make our way there right now. If you do not remember where it is located sort of near Kakariko Village, a little bit to the north of that. First thing we're going to do though is actually change my tunic back from red to green. Just because we are no longer in the fire, we might as well have our green boy back. There we are. Amazing. You can get Epona if you want, but I'm still a little traumatized from riding Epona, so I'm going to go ahead and not do that for a little bit. Just need to head back this way. We could get here a little faster using Epona probably, but I'm fine taking my time, just, you know, going nice and slow. Here we go. Oh, there she is, actually. Wow, she was waiting for me. Stay there, Epona. You scoundrel. You hard-to-control scoundrel. Let's go ahead and cross over. I'm going to make it nighttime because we will need nighttime to get some of the golden Skulltulas that are inside the area. I think it was just becoming day, so this will adjust the time. Perfect. Nighttime has come to Hyrule, which means we can enter here and be prepared to gather our golden Skulltulas. We've been to this area before, but it is, you know, a little bit different. There's sort of same amount of enemies. The magic bean guy is gone, unfortunately. Cannot buy beans as an adult. Let's go ahead and hop on our bean that we did plant, though, because we have access to a bunch of cool areas now. If we land here, there's a golden Skulltula somewhere around here. There he is. Let's go ahead and pull out our hookshot and land those hits on him. Go ahead and get ourselves our next token. I'm surprised that hit. Cool, there's one token down. There's another golden Skulltula over here as well. We're just going to keep going. We're going to pretend we are making our way to Zora's domain. However, we'll be stopping on the way to grab a golden Skulltula. Here we are. And he's over here on the outside wall. It looks like it might turn to day, though, quickly now before it turns over to daytime, because he will not be here during the day. Come on. There we are, and let's get the token. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and enter the actual Zora's domain. We're going to be leaving the river, entering the domain. I fell down, but that's okay. There's still a ladder over here. Same ladder from when we were a child. There used to be a golden Skulltula on here, but we picked that one up already. Here we are, up and around. If you don't remember, we need to play the Zelda's Lullaby to get in here. It's a very long song to play. I'm not saying it has that many notes, but the cutscene afterward is pretty lengthy. There we go. Part the waterfall, and we can jump through. Amazing. Here we are. So you'll notice something a bit different about Zora's domain. It's kind of frozen. It's you know, ice everywhere. Tons of it. Can't even get to Lake Hylia. Waterfall's frozen. It's all a big mess. Which is obviously not the best for anything, because, you know, the Zoras don't live in ice, they live in water. If we look at our man King Zora, he's actually frozen too in red ice. That is not like normal ice. It requires a special type of fire to melt. So we're going to have to deal with that in a little bit. Going to play the Sun Song, however, now that we've done a little bit of exploration, because at nighttime only, there is a golden Skulltula. It is actually up next to the little game where we used to play with the Zoras. They would make us dive off the waterfall to pick up some rupees. But now they are gone, obviously. If we were to dive off there, we would just smack our face into some ice, which would not be grand. Instead, there is a Skulltula waiting for us, just over here on the other side. You can kind of hear him. Do my best not to fall off. That would be a little embarrassing. Inch ever so slightly. Okay, I'll pull out the hookshot now. There he is. Thank you for your token. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and back to the Jabu Jabu area, the Zora's Fountain as it's called, because we obviously can't help King Zora at the moment. And I believe our best bet would be to just press on and see if there's anything we can do. in the later areas. So there's no more ice over here, or so it would seem. First thing you'll notice is our man Jabu Jabu is gone. Instead, he's replaced by a large block of ice. It is theorized by some that this is Jabu Jabu, but I don't think that's quite accurate. I don't believe Jabu Jabu is frozen. That doesn't make too much sense to me. There we go. You might see a heart piece over there that we're going to go and grab. Ooh, just barely got on. Watch out for the ice. Perfect. Heart piece gotten. Awesome. And now we can make our way back over to where we just were. We're actually heading to an area known as the Ice Cavern. It's just around the corner. Oops, it looks like I fell. Can I pull myself up here? Or is the water going to brush me off? No, awesome, I can. Cool. There we are. And then over here. And then over here. 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the Ice Cavern. It's sort of like a mini dungeon, you could say, of ice puzzles and stuff. See, here we are. This is not the where we awaken the sage, though, so we don't have to worry about doing that. There's some icicles that fall. Those would be stalactites, because they hold tight to the ceiling. And stalagmites are the ones that hang on the ground. Turn around, Link. We have spike traps. This is a new enemy called the Freezard. Basically, if you get too close, he will freeze you. He has ice breath. And, you know, you can just break him pretty easily. More of that red ice I was talking about earlier, so can't do anything with that for the moment. Oh, looks like I stepped into the ice breath. See, that's what happens when you get frozen. Looks like that Freezard is gone now. Oh, blade trap. Yikes. Alright, what do we have going on here? There's the Freezard. Nope, get back here, little dude. I'm not done with you yet. Oh, he froze me. Cool. Yep, ice. You love it. Looks like he disappeared once again. Gonna have to wait for him to come back. Now he's reappearing. There we are! If you defeat all the Freezards, the door will open. That's awesome. And now why don't we go ahead and head through this doorway. There's some pots here, some hearts. I'll take those gladly. Keep progressing on through the cavern now. Very cold. So this is a new sort of puzzle. This is just basically a giant swinging blade that you can roll under or crouch under with your shield. We have to collect all of the special rupees. These are silver ones. They are used to like do puzzles and stuff, as opposed to collect for money. I do believe they have some monetary value, but off the top of my head, I do not know what that monetary value is. Let's go ahead and grab. Oh no. So I'm going to get slightly blocked. There we go. Golden Skull Slug right up here in this corner. Above the silver rupee. Cool. And let's see. We have to go ahead and grab another one up here. Let's see if we can climb up. And up again. Now we have to do a pretty perfectly timed roll here. Perfect. That will unlock the cage. You might notice there are some walls around here. We can't open these for the time being. You can't bomb them or Megaton hammer them, nothing of that sort. So we're going to have to just press on and keep them in our memory for the meantime. Here we go, just continue on. More of those Freezard enemies. As you can see, it's a little hard to control Link on the ice sometimes because he does slip and slide, much like you would on an ice platform, ice rink. If only Link had some ice skates, he could control himself a little bit better. But for the meantime, we're just going to have to do our best. That is a very, very fast... Oh, here we have a new enemy. These are ice keys. You see they touch you and they freeze you. They're much like the fire keys, except fire keys obviously light you on fire and the ice keys do not. Let's get ourselves out the bow, and why don't we get the hammer out as well. Hookshot to this guy. And hammer him a couple times. Cool, get out of the way. Ah, looks like I got hit again. No big deal. It's because I had the hammer out. I could not use my shield properly. There we go. Why don't we go ahead and take out some of these ice keys around. See if they'll charge us. Looks like they might have lost interest in us for a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can make this jump now. Perfect. And we'll just get frozen. Sure. Why not? Hey, ice keys. Sayonara. Boom! Here we are. Thank you, Navi. This blue fire. It doesn't seem natural. Maybe you can use it for something. Astute observation, Navi. We actually can use this for something. we can use it for many things, and those things include burning red ice. So here we go. Got 1 bottle, and 2 bottles, and 3 bottles of blue fire. So you can actually buy this from the shop in Kakariko Town. The potion shop sells it. There we are, and need to go around again. Here we go. See, if we were to just jump it out next to this chest, pour it on out, it'll spread around, and it will burn right through it, and we can access this big chest. Always love to get a big chest. So it's kind of like a mini dungeon. We get a dungeon map, but there is no dungeon item for this per se, no boss to fight. Sort of just like a little challenge before we get access to the real temple here. Just gonna go ahead and restock my supply of blue fire. Here we are. Just have to go around this area. We're gonna do a little bit of backtracking now, trying to get through taking as little damage as possible always. Now we have some of the blue fire, as I said, so we can go ahead and burn through these walls I was talking about earlier. Crouch below. Awesome, let's go ahead and light this one. Perfect. Let's go ahead and see what's behind some of the other doors as well. Roll through here and plant it down. Go ahead and check through this one first just to see what's happening over here. Kind of open this one up a little bit. And here we have another puzzle. There's more blue fire at the end, you might see. So why don't we go ahead and make our way over to there. We have more of these silver rupees we need to get to solve the puzzle. There's one of them. And goodbye, Ice Keys. Hello, Ice Keys. Goodbye, Ice Keys. And goodbye, Ice Keys. 2 for 1 deal there. And here's another one over here. Looks like there's a golden Skulltula. Let's go ahead and pull out our hook shot again to try and grab that. Make sure not to fall in here because there is a bit of a pit. There we are. And the token as well. Thank you very much. Awesome. And why don't we go ahead and see if we can jump up to that one. No, looks like we're going to have to push a block over to that one. Doesn't seem like too big of a deal. If we just grab and push, you can sort of move these things around a little bit. If we were to push this towards that pit, it'll just slide directly off. Bye. And away it goes. And see, we would get a new one pretty quickly. So that is how we are going to be solving these puzzles in here. Push this. Cool, and see, now we are tall enough to get onto this platform to get the rupee. There we are. Let's go ahead and jump down now. Push it over here. Sort of just like rotating the block around, much like a sliding puzzle. Let's go up again. And again. Oh, here we go. Why don't we see if we can roll jump over here. Cool. Let's go ahead and stock ourselves up on the blue fire again. Always good to have some of this in reserve. There we are. Another one. Awesome. And we're going to have to keep pushing it around the room in this clockwise direction. There we are. And then once more this way. Oh, nope, not up. We're going to be pushing, Link. There we are. And then into this wall. Cool stuff. And if we were to climb up onto this, we can jump over here to the side and grab on if we are skilled enough, which I do believe we are. Let's see if we can. There we are. And then we can burn this ice to get the final silver rupee of the ice cavern area. There we are. It'll open a door, and obviously we need to push the block to open that door. Thankfully it is already in position, but it is jammed up here against a wall. You see, you can't really get behind it to go for a big push. So we're going to have to just send it careening off. Goodbye. Before we go ahead and solve that puzzle for a second time, we're going to check back in that other room to see what's behind that red ice wall that we had to burn down on the other side of here. Just go past these spinning blades into here, and then down this area. It'll give a big circle room, easier access to some of the blue fire if you need it, as well as a golden skulltula and a heart piece. So we're going to use this here to burn open the heart piece. Good find. Thanks for the 14th heart container. We are so close to halfway done to a complete row. And then a skulltula up here. There we are. And why don't we go ahead and just restock ourselves on the blue fire. 1 bottle of blue fire. 2nd bottle of blue fire. And we'll go ahead and head into here. I'm going to hookshot these keys just to get rid of them before they become too much of a flying threat. There we are. Burn open this chest. Cool. And then we can go in here and get the compass item. So clearly this ice cavern was designed to use with 1 bottle, right? The 1 bottle you get from the Ruto's letter. That is the only bottle required to beat the game, because you need Ruto's letter. So in theory, you can do this with 1 bottle and just have to make several trips, like running back and forth. That's why they have some of the convenient fire restock points. But otherwise, if you have more than that bottles, right? We have 4 clearly, the max amount for the game. We're able to do a lot more stuff in a shorter amount of time because we are very efficient by having several bottles filled with the fire. We're going to go ahead and push the block over this way. And hopefully we can take out this ice keys as well, just to get him out of the way. Perfectly timed. Expert gameplay. Down, Link. We're pushing, not climbing. There we are. Over to that corner. And then we can go over here. Push that way. Brilliant puzzle solving, Link. Over here. Cool, and then we actually just need to jump over here and push it into the little area it needs to go into, little indentation in the wall. Slide it directly in there, and it will become locked into place for us to climb on and up to bigger and better things. Here we are, another Freezard over here. Looks like I got frozen. You can hookshot the Freezards if that's something you're interested in. I do not need to do that though, because I can just take him normally. Why don't we go ahead and hookshot to this one just to show that off again. Oh, looks like he still was able to freeze me. If you jump slash him and then spin attack or use the power crouch stab, anything of that sort of nature, you can get rid of them very quickly and very easily, often without taking any damage. Let's burn through this area a little bit. And there is a secret door here. Open that door and it will close behind us. We have another Wolfos enemy. This one is a Snow Wolfos though, see it is little white instead of gray. And of course we can just defeat it the same way. This room is like the Aurora Borealis or the Northern Lights. It's pretty cool. This is a unique texture we don't really see anywhere else in the game. This chest will give us an item that will help us get into the next temple, right? These are a pair of boots that will allow us to sink down in water, the iron boots. So heavy, you can't run. So heavy, you can't float. We'll actually just sink when wearing those boots. We meet again, Link. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse. The monster in the water temple is the source of the curse. Unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. Time passes. People move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself. So we got the Serenade of Water, which will teleport us to outside the Water Temple, much like the Bolero Fire did to the Fire Temple. Link, I'll see you again. Bye, Sheik. And kaboom. They're gone. Alright, so we have our boots. We have a extra blue fire to go and melt King Zora. Let's go ahead and go into this water. You see, if we try to dive, we will not be able to dive deep enough to open this door. We need to use our brand new item, actually. The iron boots, which will cause us to sink down to the very bottom. We can stand here and walk through. As Navi said, we cannot run while wearing these boots, but we now have the ability to sink down while in water. We're going to have to switch off of them to do any high levels of mobility. So right here we are back into this first room. Let's just go ahead and leave now because we have done all we need to do in this area. Let's head back out into the Zora's River area. Just through this cave. First thing we gotta do is jump into the fountain, and because we have enough life, we can actually sink down without losing all of our health to grab a heart piece that resides here at the very, very bottom of Zora's fountain. It's in the dead center. It looks like Jabu Jabu was hiding it. You can see it a little bit right there. Just gonna have to get there quickly. We have a minute and a half almost to go down here and grab what we need to grab. So why don't we go ahead and do that. Come back. There we are. You can come back down here later if you need to, if you need more life, or you need to wait to find some way to survive underwater for longer. And now we just have to take our time and swim to the surface. There's nothing we can do to make this go faster. We are floating in a sea of endless possibilities for another minute, or less, if we can get to the surface in time. Here we are. Just going to come up here to where the Jabu Jabu viewing platform was. Cool. Now we have blue fire, so why don't we go ahead and melt our old friend King Zora to see what he has to say about Zora's domain being all frozen. There we go, just sneak up behind him, get close to the ice, and melt it. Let's get back onto the speaking platform and speak to him.
Oh, I've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater.
So we have the blue tunic now, the Zora tunic, which will allow us to breathe underwater. If you didn't have enough life to grab that heart piece, you can do that now. That is actually going to do it for today's episode of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the next video, we're going to be doing the biggest side quest in the game, one of the final ones we actually have to do, to be getting an incredible new sword item for us to use. So join me in the next video to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about the series, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.